4 American submarines currently carry more Tomahawk missiles between them than most navies carry across the entire fleet. All 4 were commissioned in the 1980s, and all 4 are now being retired by the end of the decade. The plan to replace that firepower isn't new. Extra missile tubes have been built into the newest Virginia-class attack submarines for years. What has changed on the 4th of August is the paperwork. The US Navy formally reclassified 19 of these submarines from attack boats to guided missile boats, the same designation the 4 veterans have carried since 2003. Those 4 submarines are USS Ohio, Michigan, Florida, and Georgia, the first 4 Ohio class. They didn't start as guided missile boats. All 4 were built as ballistic missile submarines, part of the original 18-strong Ohio class. The START arms control treaties of the early 2000s capped the US at 14 SSGNs, leaving 4 hull spurred, the old ones, but still too young to scrap and too capable to waste. Between 2003 and 2008, the US Navy converted them without tearing out the original missile tubes. Engineers fitted 22 of the 24 Trident tubes with a multi-all-up round canister, swapping 1 Trident ballistic missile for 7 Tomahawks per tube, a maximum of 154 Tomahawks per boat. The remaining 2 tubes became lockout chambers for US Navy SEALs, berthing up to 66 special operators, more in a surge. Also included was a dry dock shelter on top for swimmer delivery vehicles. That combination made the Ohio SSGNs some of the most useful submarines in the fleet, but they are also old. USS Georgia went first. She returned to Naval Submarine Base Kings Bay on the 27th of July 2026 to begin formal inactivation. Ohio follows in fiscal year 2027, Florida in fiscal year 2028, and Michigan, the last of the 4, in fiscal year 2029. By 2029, on paper, none of the 4 will be left. The US Navy's answer to replacing the 616 Tomahawks on the 4 Iowas isn't a new class of dedicated missile submarines. The 4 boats would never justify their own production line, logistics chain, or training pipeline. Building a new SSGN from scratch for a fleet of that size would have been an expensive way to solve a narrow problem. Instead, the extra capacity is going into a submarine the US Navy is already building, the Virginia class. Starting with the Block 5 boats, Virginia-class attack submarines can be fitted with a Virginia Payload Module, a roughly 70-foot hull section added into the middle of the boat, adding 4 large diameter tubes, each holding 7 Tomahawks. That's 28 extra missiles on top of the 12 already carried in the bow. 40 Tomahawks from a submarine that's still first and foremost a hunter-killer attack boat. I covered the VPM in more detail in an earlier video. I'll add this link to the screen and in the description. On the 4th of August 2026, the US Navy made the replacement official on paper, reclassifying every VPM-equipped Virginia, all 19 of them, 10 Block 5 boats and 9 Block 6, from SSNs, fast attack submarines, to SSGNs, guided missile submarine. The Chief of Naval Operations said the change accurately reflects the extraordinary strike capability, operational flexibility, and global reach these platforms bring to the fleet. Another admiral described it as integrating high-volume precision strike capabilities into these stealth platforms for the overwhelming, flexible firepower required to win decisively in any theatre. The first of these boats, USS Arizona, is due for delivery in fiscal year 2029. The same year, the last Ohio SSGN is meant to leave service. Deliveries continue in stages out to 2038. Line the numbers up and the scale of the change is obvious. One Ohio SSGN carries up to 154 Tomahawks. One VPM-equipped Virginia carries 40. It takes roughly 40 Block 5 or Block 6 Virginias to match the raw missile capability of a single Ohio. 19 Virginia-class SSGNs, fully loaded, could in theory carry more Tomahawks than the combined 4 Ohios ever did, 760 against 616. But that's a fleet-wide total, spread across 19 platforms, delivered piecemeal through 2038, replacing a concentrated force of 4 boats that's largely gone by 2029. One question that could be asked is, could the US create a guided missile variant of the Columbia-class ballistic missile submarine? The Columbia-class's hull is bigger than the Virginia's, so why not put missile capacity there instead? The US Navy actually studied this. It's called the Large Payload Submarine, a proposed Columbia-class variant discussed for years as a long-term successor to the Ohio guided missile boats. The problem is timing. Every Columbia-class boat under construction has one job first: replacing the ballistic missile submarines that carry the US nuclear deterrent, a role with no substitute and no room for delay. The US Navy cannot divert its submarine building yards away from that program before all 12 Columbias are delivered. A large payload submarine variant couldn't start construction until after that. And by the US Navy's own estimate, the earliest one could enter service is 2049, roughly 20 years after the last Ohio guided missile boat retires, and 20 years after the first Virginia Payload Module Virginia arrives. The Virginia Payload Module wins by default, a production line that's already running, on a submarine the US is already building anyway, rather than a new hull competing with a nuclear deterrent for yard space and workers that it doesn't have to spare. So is trading 4 large capacity Ohios for 19 lighter armed Virginias a good deal? The case for it is distribution. Losing an Ohio meant losing up to 154 missiles and one of the fleet's 4 dedicated Special Forces submarines in a single strike. Spread that eventual capacity over 19 hulls instead, and the US Navy can put boats in more places at once. The Pacific, the Atlantic, the Middle East, all simultaneously, without any single loss being catastrophic. Every VPM Virginia keeps its own attack submarine capability too, hunting other submarines, gathering intelligence, and supporting special forces through its own dry dock shelter. A role Virginia-class boats have performed for years, just on a smaller scale than a dedicated Ohio ever could. The case against it is timing and mass. The last Ohio is due out of service in 2029, the same year the first VPM Virginia is due in, and Virginia-class production has a history of running late. Also, no single Virginia SSGN can carry 154 missiles. Russia has faced a version of this question from the other direction. The Soviet Navy built dedicated cruise missile submarines on purpose, the Oscar IIs, each designed to carry 24 P-700 Granite anti-ship missiles in launchers outside the pressure hull. A handful remain in service, and at least 2 are reportedly being modernized, swapping the aging Granites for Caliber and Oshnik missiles, pushing the capacity towards 72, although that figure comes from refit reporting, not a confirmed in-service loadout. But Russia's newest submarines follow the American path, not the old Soviet one. The Yasen and Yasen-M class were designed as attack submarines first, but bolted onto that hull are 8 vertical launch modules, each holding several missiles rather than just one, up to 5 Caliber cruise missiles per module for a reported maximum of 40, matching the capacity of a VPM-equipped Virginia. 2 navies, coming at this from opposite directions, landed on the same answer: missiles built into an attack boat, not a separate class. The label changed this week, but most of the submarines it applies to don't exist yet. Do you think the Virginia Payload Module is the way to retain mass strike in the US fleet, or can you think of another option? Thanks for watching.